SCP-150. Object Class: Keter. SCP-150 is an obligate parasite that resembles a tongue-eating louse, but is adapted to form conjunctive symbiotic relationships with humans for a period of its lifespan. Upon contact with the human subject, SCP-150 embeds itself deeply in the flesh of its host. Over the course of approximately 7 days, the parasite will burrow into the host and effect numerous physiological alterations. The most glaring alteration is the gradual conversion of the limb nearest to the infection site into a chitinous appendage. As SCP-150 consumes the flesh of the host, it excretes tissue that replaces and augments the functionality of the host limb without causing transplant rejection. It is suspected that SCP-150 is able to secrete anesthetic and immunosuppressant substances to prevent the host body from responding to the change. Furthermore, the nervous tissue excreted by SCP-150 is able to interfere with the host's nervous system. By the time the process is complete, the host will be able to control the affected limb with no loss in mobility and often with improved strength, reflexes, and resilience. From a period of 1 to 2 weeks, SCP-150 will reproduce, feeding on nutrients from and depositing eggs into the assimilated blood vessels. The eggs are deposited throughout the human body via the bloodstream. While the vast majority of them die off, enough survive to begin colonizing and altering the rest of the host body. Though subjects report discomfort and occasional loss of motor control during this process, they often will not recognize the cause of said discomfort. It is still unclear why the offspring do not compete with each other for space or resources, nor how the assimilation process leaves the body's cell signaling mechanisms and processes unaffected. SCP-150 reproduces during this assimilation process. As the lungs are assimilated, more eggs are produced and spread by the patient's coughing. Although as many as 10,000 eggs may be produced during this time, it is estimated that only 1% of them find their way into another host, of which 1% survive the host's immune response and implant successfully. Although SCP-150 inevitably results in the assimilation and alteration of the central nervous system, including the spinal cord and brain, the host's consciousness and behavior are seemingly unaffected. Interviews with subjects infected by SCP-150 have yielded little information, as infected subjects unaware of SCP-150 claim to sense no changes or improvement in certain things, senses, and faculties. While subjects aware of the infection are able to pinpoint the source of the change, they exhibit little to no negative feelings and often express positivity towards it. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-150 patients kept for study should be contained in Level 3 biohazard containment cells, with no more than 1 instance per cell. Cultures of SCP-150 are contained in vacuum-sealed glass flasks in the Site-42 Infectious Materials Lab. Standard pathogen handling processes should be followed at all times. Any instances of SCP-150 found outside containment are to be incinerated. Well guys, that was SCP-150, a Keter-class parasite that sort of seems to, in a sense, give a benefit, but at the same time, it turns you into like a chitinous being. Your limbs and appendages turn into chitin. If you didn't know, chitin is basically the exoskeletons of arthropods and crustaceans and insects. So basically, it sort of turns you somewhat into an insect, but at the same time, it's improving your limbs and overall performance, I guess. It's kind of weird nonetheless, but very interesting. And I guess if this thing actually existed, it could be potentially harmful to us as humans. As well, yes, it doesn't seem to harm any infected individuals. The base DNA of us would be altered that much that humans as we are now would, in a few years, not exist at all. Kind of creepy to think that. But nonetheless, if you like this video, leave a like. If you dislike it, dislike it. Subscribe to support this channel, and if you do, hit the bell to get notified. You can join my Discord. Link to do so is in the description below. You can talk to me and many others. You can also share this video around to give your friends a scare. And as always, thank you so much for watching.